Nia Long is in Boston now. I'll have to console her. I gotta have a meetup in Boston. They love me out in Boston, yo. They love me out in Boston. You know what I'm saying? You know what's so funny? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We're gonna continue with this video. I there's so many people spamming, acting like they me. People creating fake accounts on Instagram, on YouTube, all of this other kind of junk. I guess I made it, huh? My dog hit me up this morning. I had a prominent NFL player hit me up this morning, said, Anton, I like what you got going on there. I'm going to have to tap in with you when you come back to Dallas because I know you got a limited amount of time that you got stuff popping in with me. Shout out to all of my NFL players. New collabs are coming soon. Make sure y'all tapped into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's continue.
I'm talking about how things of this matter are usually handled from an HR perspective, from an organizational perspective. That is not consistent with what we have seen throughout the years. That is the only point that I was trying to make. I'm not trying to attack anybody. And if anybody deserves to be attacked, it's Ime Udoka for putting himself in this position.
That is true, but we also need that hat woman to come to the front of the congregation, ma'am.
I've made that very clear. I'm just talking about you got owners and everybody else. They know the kind of stuff that's going on. You didn't say anything about anybody else. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. They didn't say anything about everybody else.
I'm talking about you, Malika. Malika, I'm talking about you, ma'am. How dare you come on another man's show trying to clout chase and check Stephen A. Smith? As though you even know what it's like to be a man in a position of power. You probably just got to your position just because somebody wanted to throw you into the diversity inclusion program. You're not even that great of a reporter. You're not even that great of a reporter. Listen, fellas, let's be honest. Let's just get the cat out of the bag because I care nothing about these women whatsoever. If you are not a part of my Dora Myalgia or whatever it is that they call them in Wakanda, I'm not tripping off of you. Let's be honest. We don't care about any woman that is reporting on sports in the first place. We never even asked you to come onto the program. We don't even care. We don't tune in for you. We tune in for Shannon. We tune in for Skip Bayless. We tune in for Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins. We look up to Steven Jackson, which I don't even like Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. We are not tuning in to see Malika in the first place. What made you think that you can insert your voice into the realm of sports talk? Because you should just be happy to be there. You should just be happy to be included into the conversation and have an opportunity to give your take. We don't care about what women have to say about sports. You know what I was reading this morning? Because no, let's just let it all out. Let's get the cat out the bag. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith for not letting baby hairs fool him at all. Let's be clear though. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get straight to it. Let's talk all the way about it. Let's talk all the way about it. Huh? We gonna get into it? We gonna break it down or we gonna break it down? Let's be clear. They dropped a story, and I've been seeing if it's getting any traction before I even mention it on this show, that WNBA players, let me share it. I had it up here. I said, let me just keep this just in case because for some reason, I think that this is going to come up. I don't even know if here it is. Watch this. Look, you know I'm on it. They dropped this story right here. Let me blow it up for you. Top WNBA players are turning down high salaries and opting not to play in Russia to protest and Brittany Griner's imprisonment, eyeing other countries like Turkey and Hungary instead. Tell me one person who cared. Tell me one person who cared about anything that any of these women are doing over in the WNBA. If you want to talk about equal, why don't you equally build up your own sport? Because nobody gives a flying F about what these 304s are doing. Tell me anybody who was tripping over the fact that these chicks decided that they didn't want to go and play in Russia. Anybody, somebody, anybody. We don't care. Listen, we love you. We think that you are soft, awesome, feminine. I called y'all Swiss Army knives that are phenomenal and sharp and cuts on both sides of the field and all of that other type of stuff. But let's be honest
stuff is
and let's be clear. We don't care about seeing women in men's sports unless you are a cheerleader. Unless you are going A, B, it's okay. Unless you're doing all of that on the sideline, we don't want to see you. We don't want to see you coaching us. We don't want to see you talking about it and reporting on it. We don't want to see you doing anything except for either cheerleading or looking pretty on the sidelines. We don't care. So the fact that she even has a seat at the table in the first place is a blessing. Is a blessing. Be thankful for it. I promise to God, I'm thinking about buying some tickets to go and see an NBA basketball game, and I'm going to buy the whole front row for like $72. I'm going to buy the whole front row for $72 because you can't pay nobody to take them tickets. And that is real. It don't get no realer than that. Aaron says they got WNBA players drinking 40-ounce Michelob Light after they won the ship. They couldn't even get the cheap champagne. Malika was trying to show her power like she does over her white boy toy Malika has on ESPN. Oh, y'all ain't telling me that Malika was over there with a hat, man. Aaron says they could have said he had a season-ending surgical procedure and kept all of this under wraps, or just fire him. This is sloppy all around. We don't care nothing about. Listen, women don't even want to watch women do it. But then they came over there and they said, but we want to talk about what y'all doing on y'all court. Ain't a woman picking up a basketball on that court. We don't want to see Lisa Leslie talk about it. I don't want to see Candace Parker. I don't want to see any of you. There is just one thing that we ask y'all is to please be thankful that you even in the door in the first place. Let's continue.
Now, when it comes to him, it's all over the place. That is my issue. That is my only issue.
I appreciate that clarification. And I think that getting back to Molly's initial question, that is what stood out to me from the press conference. My reaction to the press conference, and I appreciate you clarifying that, Stephen A., is that the only thing that was made clear to me in this is that we are missing a key piece of information here. That is my reaction to the press conference.
I'll tell you the exact key piece of information that we're missing. The white woman's name officially in a Celtics presser that is telling us who and what, where, why, and how she decided to arch her back and get at Gawk 3000 to that man of steel. That's the only thing we missing from the Celtics organization.